Hello, my little scientist. Today we're doing magic science tricks. Isn't that exciting? Here's one that you can do at home. Get yourself a clear soda and some raisins. Now watch this. The raisins will sink to the bottom. 3, 2, 1. Whoa, but wait, what's this? They magically start to float back up again. How is it possible? It looks like magic, but there's a scientific reason for it. Can you name that? Pause the video here if you want to make a guess. When the raisins are first placed into the liquid, they sink because they're heavier than the water. But as they sink, the air inside the raisins gets pushed out, and the water gets sucked in through these tiny holes, and the water forms bubbles around the raisin, lifting it up towards the surface. As the bubbles pop, the water inside the raisin makes the raisin float to the top. Then the cycle starts all over again. So it looks like magic, but it's really just science. Now let's do another experiment. We'll need half a cup of baking soda, 2 tablespoons of vinegar, a few drops of food coloring, and a second smaller cup. Pour the baking soda into the bigger cup. Add a few drops of food coloring. It looks kind of cool already, but it's going to look even cooler when we add the vinegar. Watch this. Isn't that crazy? It looks like a volcano erupting. When acid and base are mixed together, they make a reaction, and one of the products of that reaction is carbon dioxide gas. The gas forms bubbles in the liquid, and those bubbles are what cause the fizzy eruption. Now let's move on to the next experiment. For this experiment, you will need lemon juice, a cotton bud, some paper, and a lamp. Squeeze a little bit of lemon juice onto the tip of the cotton bud, and then write a secret message on the paper. Let's write, "Wow, this is amazing." Now let's turn our lamp on and watch. Isn't that cool? When the lemon juice is exposed to heat from the lamp, it makes the lemon juice turn brown, which reveals the message. You can use this to write secret messages to your friends and family. Let's move on to the next experiment. We'll need some milk, food colors, dish soap, and a cotton bud. Pour a little bit of milk into a second, smaller cup. Add a few drops of each color to the milk. Now take a clean cotton bud and dip it into the dish soap. Now watch what happens when you drag the cotton bud through the milk. The colors swirl around like a rainbow. When dish soap is added to the milk, it breaks the fat in the milk into tiny droplets, which allows the milk to mix with the water and creates these cool swirling colors. For this last experiment, you will need a glass of water, a few tablespoons of salt, and an egg. Take an egg and try to put it in the glass of water. It should sink to the bottom. Now let's drain most of the water out and replace it with salty water. Try putting the egg in the glass again. What's happening? The salt adds extra density to the water, making it denser than the egg, so the egg floats. If you keep adding salt, the water will eventually become so dense that the egg will sink again. Now, you know how to do 5 magic science tricks. Remember, always do experiments with an adult's help. Now it's time to show off your magic science tricks to your friends and family. Which trick was your favorite? You can do these fun science experiments at home. And don't forget to share this video with your friends.